Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. This was supposed to be your mid-month reading, and I was so caught up with my other work that I'm doing, and I just wasn't in the right space to record this video. But it's always better than later than never. So this is not exactly your mid-month or a mid-May reading, but this is basically about how can what all things that you can really expect at the end of the month of May, and how can we really prepare ourselves? How can you really prepare yourselves before you enter the month of June? Okay, so I will do the month of June prediction readings as well, the energy readings as well. But this is what are the, quick adaptations or changes or adjustments that we can make in the month of May, so that we are absolutely prepared for the to bring in the month of June, because we all have plans for each and every month, every week, every day, right? But sometimes it's not always possible, or it's not, most of the times things don't happen the way we want them to happen. Some unexpected situation comes in, and so a lot of the times, if we have a lot of things that you probably planned for the month of May, you are probably going to be pushing them to the month of June. So that's what this reading is all about. What are the last few things that you can expect in the month of May, and how, and what changes or what things we can really work on to prepare ourselves before entering the month of June. Okay, so as always, we have 3 piles to choose from. Okay, I actually found a beautiful board which had these 3 beautiful art design kind of thingies. So I was like, this is going to be interesting to, an interesting twist and change as to in the pile selection. So we have 3 cards. The outer design is absolutely the same. It's the center color that's the only difference. So maybe it's the color that can really, call towards you. This is pile 1 with the orange color. The gold is so beautiful, and that's why I love them. I was like, I just like, the first thought that I had when I saw this card, I was like, I can use these in my pick a card readings. Okay, so for pile 2 we have the yellow card, and for pile 3 we have a green card. Okay, so you can pause the video. I'll probably bring it a little closer, but I feel like the lighting best works in this way only. So you can, I am going to put the crystals just in case you always love picking up your energy with crystals and all of that, but this is another way of picking. You can also first let me put the crystals. Okay, so here we have the crystals. For pile 1 we have amethyst. Okay, can we please focus? Thank you. Oh, yes, it's a beautiful amethyst. For pile 2 we have the lovely labradorite. Can we please focus? Thank you. And for pile 3 we have clear quartz. It's a really tiny one, probably the tiniest that I have. So again, you can go with the cards, you can go with the crystals. Also, if you're feeling drawn towards the orange card, but the labradorite crystal, for example, is also calling you, so you can probably look at both pile 1 and pile 2. So maybe you can get some extra information. Don't force this on yourself. Only and only in extreme situations, in very exceptional situations, if you're really feeling drawn to a different card and a different crystal, you can look at both the piles. But I will still ask you to really focus, do some breath work if you want, meditate over the cards, and really choose one that your intuition is really calling to. And we'll start with pile one. Hello, my beautiful pile ones. If you chose this gorgeous orange card along with the amethyst crystal, this is going to be your reading for, what are the remaining things for you for the month of May, and, how can you best prepare yourself to bring in the month of June. I'm going to keep this card right here so that you can see it. Okay, we have one tarot card from the Spirit Song Tarot, which is kind of like your overall energy. We'll look at it later, so yeah, we'll keep this aside. But for now, let's look at your oracles. Oh, we have the Death card, Scorpio energy, straight up. I feel like you are going through some major shifts in the month of May. Maybe there's still some big change that's yet to happen. You're definitely in the process, so you could feel certain, maybe in the month of May you must have felt certain things changing for you. Maybe you're looking for a new job, a career change, you are moving out of a relationship, or you're just like trying to become a new person or a better person. Rather, there are certain habits and things that you're leaving behind. So there's this energy of leaving something behind as the month of May goes by. Next, we have peace. I'm being of love and I release all negative energy. So maybe with the Death card here, I feel like you could be working on your fears, working on releasing that negative energy that you have been holding. Maybe you guys are overthinkers, pile one. You overthink a lot of things, and then it in turn kind of really complicates stuff, and you realize that these negative thoughts are not serving you in any way, and you are like, you know what, I'm going to become a more positive person. I'm going to become a more optimistic person. I'm going to enjoy my life to the fullest and not worry about things which are not in my control. I feel like you are striving to find peace, which is very, very essential. I feel like we should not strive for peace. We should always be peaceful. We should always feel at peace, within us. So I feel like you're definitely going through that change, that shift in terms of releasing negative energies. We have two of these oracle cards. They really flew out of the deck, so I couldn't ignore them. We have a Radha, which is soul flame, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship, harmony, and healing. And that's what I've said, that you're definitely trying to reconnect back to an older self, maybe, or to a much more powerful self. And this could be you. For some of you, you could definitely be moving out of a difficult relationship, and you're on your journey towards healing and finding that harmony within you. And wow, we have Kalima, facing fear. That's what I said. A lot of you are facing your fears, working on your fears, and getting rid of those self-doubt, low self-esteem, all of those low confidence emotions. You're moving out of that energy. You're leveling up. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So pile one, I'm seeing a very, very transformational energy when it comes to your own self. That transformation is you're going through a transformation on a spiritual level. So only if you are aware of it, you can really feel the change. If you are very living a very superficial life, and a lot of people do live that way, they're not in touch with their spiritual side, you wouldn't probably feel as much change as you would otherwise, or other people would. Okay, but definitely rediscovering a lost part of yourself and getting rid of your fears and negative energy. We have patience. I feel like a lot of you have been working on this situation for a really long time, you guys. I feel like you have been waiting to see change. You have been really persistent, and really persevered a lot. I'm seeing with number 7, I'm seeing you've gone through a lot of struggles, a lot of those phases where you feel like giving up, where you feel like um maybe it's not working. But in the month of May, by the end of it, you're definitely going to see the change that you've been waiting for. We have meditate and contemplate, new moon and Pisces. And new moon, we are going to be seeing, we the full moon. We recently had the flower full moon. So the new moon is coming next, I feel like in the month of June only itself, in the very beginning. So this is the guidance for you for the month of June, where it's important for you to meditate and contemplate. Again, connecting more with your spiritual side, okay? We have no place like home. So for some of you, you could be either going back to your home in the month of May, you could be buying a new house, or you could just be realizing, you would be more at ease. You'll feel with the peace card here and the death. I feel like whatever you're doing, you'll feel more at ease. You'll feel more comfortable in your own skin. It's like no place like home. What's home? It gives you comfort, it gives you warmth, it gives you the love, support that you need, right? So I feel like whatever situation you're going to be moving in the month of June, you're going to you're going to be comfortable. The energy is going to be of warmth and love, and not all those fears and anxieties and all those situations happening. So no place like home. And number 5, again, big changes. For some of you, could definitely moving places, or you could be just like, you could be staying a lot more indoor in the month of June as well. That's also what I'm seeing for some of you. Last but not the least, we have the journey card. So we have number 19, which makes number 10, interestingly, which is like, a journey is coming to an end, and endings are merely beginnings, you guys. Okay, we need to understand that. And I feel that for you, you're definitely getting out of one cycle and moving into the other. And in the middle of that situation, it's important to understand that we need to give ourselves enough time to rejuvenate and recharge ourselves, our energy, our mind, body, and soul. So make sure to not rush in the month of June, or even in the month of May and June, and during the cusp time. Take things slowly and steadily at their own pace. You're going through some major internal shifts and transformation in your energy is changing, and it's going to show, that change is going to be seen around your environment, the surrounding that you're in, which is basically preparing you for a new journey that you are going to be on, in the month of June. So I feel like this is a really good reading, pile 1, till now. Okay, we will look at the tarot card after I clear up the space with the oracles. But yes, I am seeing really good energy. You're definitely starting fresh or starting new with a completely transformed version of yourself. Maybe there were certain dreams and goals that you were aspiring to, but the universe was like, you're not there at the level, and now you're finally reaching at that higher level, at that higher frequency, and you're ready to bring that change, pile 1, and I'm really excited for you guys. Okay, so let's move into the tarot cards now. So pile 1, the card that I pulled out for you was the Empress, beauty and abundance. Wow, can we focus please? Thank you. Oh my god, this is an amazing card. So with the Empress as the overall energy, as I said, that energy of low self-esteem, no self-worth, and lack of self-love, all of that is... I'm sorry, my brother just walked in. But yes, the Empress is here to tell you that you are moving towards accepting yourself. I'm seeing self-love, pile 1. I'm seeing, yes, everyone has their own flaws. We all have our own strengths and weaknesses, but it's important that we accept ourselves before we work on ourselves. And I feel like this is that energy that I'm getting. There's so much for you to gain in the month of June. I feel like You will come across a lot of opportunities that could really change your life for good. But self-love, self-care, taking time for your nourishment, for your healing, allowing, as I said, this is you've moved out of a cycle, you've changed, you've transformed. It takes a lot of that inner strength, and transformations are not always easy. Okay, so allow yourself to give that time to rejuvenate and rehydrate and recharge yourself. With the Empress, this is an amazing energy. This is all about like loving yourself, understanding yourself. Wow, okay, I love this already. I love this reading. Okay, but let's see what some other tarot cards have to say. I saw the High Priestess card, and you also chose the Amethyst crystal. So I feel like some of you are really getting in sync with your intuition as well, in the month of May ending, or even in, maybe continuing it in the June, but you're connecting more with your intuition. So let's see, what do we have for pile 1? Five of Swords. Okay, so this is the energy exactly. This is like those thoughts. I feel like you guys are getting out of your head. It's time. This reading is like, a reminder that before the month of June begins, you need to get out of your head, pile 1. It's all in your head. I feel like a lot of you are holding grudges against people who've hurt you in the past. You need to understand that forgiving people is not about them, it's about you. It's about forgiving them allows you to stop carrying that burden in the future all along. And that's important. The biggest message that I'm getting is getting out of your head, getting out of your own way here, pile 1. Wow, we have 4 of Swords. This is again taking a break. This card does not mean finishing or ending, but it's like between 2 cycles, between 2 lectures, how we need like break, in school, in university, wherever, at work, we have lunch breaks, right, to energize ourselves. And I feel like this is the time between the rest of the May, the remaining month of May, pile 1, is the time for you to really focus on yourself, focus on your energy, focus on your soul, focus on your physical health. I'm seeing physical health and mental health most importantly here being affected. I feel like maybe something to take care of, like your food, the kind of food that you're having. Make sure you're eating a lot of fruits and veggies, because you become what you eat. I truly believe in this, pile 1. So I feel like that's extremely crucial. But yes, giving yourself proper rest, but mental rest more so, because both the cards that we have are Swords. Okay, I'm getting this one. We have 2 of Pentacles. Okay, don't try and multitask a lot, because there could be certain situations where you could be like, oh, I want to do this also and that also. And as I said in the very beginning of the video, and I'm not sure if you watched it, but don't be in a rush to finish things up in the month of May. If there are certain things which you have to finish in May, prioritize them first and finish them up. But there are always going to be things which are not, they do not have deadlines or anything, which you can easily push into the month of June, and it's absolutely okay to do that. But don't overwork and overstrain yourself, because you are not going to see the best level of productivity or creativity if that's what you're looking for, because the creativity is hampered in the biggest way when you're really forcing it. It doesn't happen that way. It needs to come very, very naturally. And I feel like, so that's why try and focus on one task at a time. And if there are certain plans which you can easily move forward into the month of June, please do that. Don't try and overexert yourself by multitasking and doing a lot of things at once. Okay, wow. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Damn. You guys, pile one, you guys are changing. You guys are just becoming like, I don't give a damn what the other person thinks about me. I am, happy where I am. I'm proud of myself. I know how much I have struggled and how far have I reached. And you don't need to prove yourself to anyone else, pile one. I feel like you're going to be very, very secure financially in the month of June, I feel. Uh, and if you have been going through some instability, I feel like you will see a lot more stable situation when it comes to your finances. They can also grow in the month of June or begin to grow in the month of June, but I feel like you are at ease, you're comfortable with who you are, you're comfortable with your work, you're proud, really, as in, you know what your struggles have been, okay? And you do not need to you do not need people to even see, and you do not need other people's validation. Exactly, that's the word I was looking for. You do not need other people's validation to make you see that anymore. I feel like maybe in the past, before going through this transformation which we were talking about when I did the oracle cards, initially you were probably someone who would always look out for external validation, but that's what's changed. That's probably the major change that I'm seeing here for you guys. Seven of Wands, protect your aura. Okay, they could be yes girl, okay. And I mean, this is doesn't have to be a woman. You don't have to be, tarot is genderless, but I have this tendency to say girl all the time, so please bear with me. But everyone, it's important for you to protect your aura, protect your energy, create this boundary around yourself, and not let other people's words and actions affect you, affect your energy, affect your vibrations that you're at, because people are going to be jealous for sure. They're going to see some amazing shifts. Pile one, for some of you guys, your transformation is going to be very, very visible physically to other people, even if it's not for you. They will see the change in you. They will see how confident you've become. They will see that glow on your skin, and people will be jealous about it. They'll envy you about it, and they'll try to pull you down, because that's what people know, and that's what people love to do. If they are not doing good enough, they feel happy by pulling other people down, and that's what you need to do in the month of May, and continue maybe this in the month of June as well. The biggest energy that I'm seeing is, like, focus on yourself, your mental health, taking care of your body, taking proper rest, not overexerting yourself, feeling good mentally, feeling good emotionally about your own self, about the journeys and struggles that you've gone through, and protecting your aura, protecting your energy. You know what you have done to reach here, okay? You do not need other people's opinions, their validation, their criticism, anything, okay? That's the energy that I'm getting for you guys, pile one. So this is an overall great energy. This was like a really quick one. I wanted to be I wanted to be like really quick and straight to the point. So if this resonated, please hit the like button, comment down below, let me know. It always helps. If you're new, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so that you never miss an update whenever I post readings like this one. And you will also very soon, hopefully before June, will see the June energy check-ins and predictions as well. So please keep your eyes on that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile twos. If you chose this gorgeous yellow card, can we please focus? Yes. Okay, and if you chose Labradorite along with this, or even if you did it separately, it's okay. Welcome. I'll keep your card here and the crystal here so we can see them clearly. Okay. Yes. So welcome. First of all, this is a tarot card. We'll look at this at the very end when we'll do tarot cards, but right now I'm going to do an oracle card spread to get the basic energy of what we can expect in these last few days of the month of May, and how can we prepare ourselves for the month of June. So the first card that we have is the Emperor. Please focus. Can we please focus? Okay. So we have the Emperor, Aries energy, strong Aries energy, masculine energy. I'm seeing you guys taking action, pile 2. I'm seeing you guys taking action towards your dreams. Something magical, because labradorite crystal, to me, it's about magic. It's about manifestation. It's about opportunities. And so I'm feeling like, now maybe you have procrastinated a little bit, or you've been thinking of doing certain things till now for the month of May. But now the universe is really like pushing you to take action towards those things. So I am seeing action. I'm seeing being confident about the decisions that you make. You need to be confident about the decisions that you make, pile 2. For some of you, I am seeing new leadership roles, new roles with authority, and for that you really need to be able to channelize that confidence that's needed to really, be there for you to really function well in those leadership roles, okay? And I feel like for most of you, this could be a situation where you feel like you don't deserve this, or do you really deserve this, or is it even gonna happen? And for that, we have the Trust card. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly, and that's what I'm seeing here with the labradorite crystal here as well. That believe in the magic of the universe, believe in the concept of manifestation. You just need to keep doing the work, and you will see how things have changed, or things will change so quickly in the matter of no time. But the universe is really right now like being like, no, just like put in the work, you'll see the results. Put in the work, you'll see the results. Okay, so trust the universe. We have Dujwal Kul. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, and I've definitely butchered that name, but I'm sorry. It says Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. And exactly, that's the kind of attitude and mindset one leader or an emperor needs to have. If you are constantly worried about the future, you won't be able to make the right decision in the present, which is your only reality, pile 2. So remember that you're on a path. Remember that you're on a path. You have certain responsibilities here as an emperor, okay? Maybe you're a head of the family. Maybe you're leading a company, an organization. Maybe you're leading a team. You're a manager, whoever. You're a supervisor, whoever you are. Every individual, we have certain responsibilities when it comes to our families, our work life, and even when it comes to ourselves and the society. So remember and keep those responsibilities in your head. But also, it's asking you to trust the universe, okay? It's asking you to trust the universe and take one step at a time to happiness. Being happy is the key here, and especially with the yellow card that you chose, pile 2. Yellow card represents joy and happiness to me, and this card has a lot of yellow energy as well, which again makes so much sense. This person here looks so wise, and he's experienced, carries a lot of wisdom and all of that, but there's a subtle hint of happiness and satisfaction and joy on his face, and that's what the universe is asking you to work on, okay? For some of you, I'm also hearing that if you guys are those people who are just like working so hard, but you guys are not happy with what you're doing, there's no point of doing it. So now the next step that you need to do is take those steps towards finding happiness, okay? For example, if you're doing a 9-to-5 job which you need to do, not because you're happy doing it or it brings you fulfillment, but it's because it's paying your bills, right? And I absolutely get that. But again, we have 24 hours in a day. You can at least find half an hour, a decent half an hour or an hour for your own self, and do things that makes you feel happy. If you like painting, paint. If you like dancing, dance. If you like gaming, okay, give yourself, take some time out every single day to do something that makes you feel happy, that fills your cup of happiness. And that's the only way you can really keep going, every single day. So that's what I'm seeing. We have rest and rejuvenation. Interesting, we had that for pile one as well. I feel like you are definitely coming to an end of uh, some major project could have been wrapped up or something like that, or it could be the time before something new begins, and this is the time where you can really rest and rejuvenate. I'm also seeing practicing mindfulness here, and with this card, with the yoga pose here, you could, for some of you, you could really be very, very, concerned about your body and your health, so you could get into yoga, into fitness. But I'm seeing that a lot of you have a lot of responsibilities here, pile two. And I feel like in the name of those responsibilities, you're not able to give yourself enough time. And yeah, that needs to change. I feel like in the month of May, before you enter the month of June, you need to learn how to prioritize yourself first in order to be able to serve other people or people around you, or work for the other people that are around you. That's what I'm seeing. You're very close to achieving your goal. So that's what we saw with the rest and rejuvenation as well, when I said that you're definitely close to achieving your goals. And maybe some of you are those kind of people who likes to just jump from one project to the other, and sooner or later you'll realize that that leads to exhaustion and burnout, and that's not the right way of doing it. Very similar energy to pile one as well, where I told them not to overexert themselves, and that's what you're doing here as well, pile two. So I'll suggest you that in the month of May, get into the habit of really focusing on your breath work, taking some time out and being in nature and spending time doing what you like to do, because I feel like you guys are really caught up with what you're doing professionally, especially to me. Yang energy, of course. See, we have another masculine energy. So you guys are on your toes, pile two, I'm seeing. Wow, we have the Emperor and the Yang energy together. You guys are on your toes. You're constantly looking for new things, new beginnings, and that's amazing. But you need to understand that you need to nourish your yin energy as well. Okay, that happiness, that fulfillment, that joy energy. We're not machines. We're humans. We have, emotional quotient as well, EQ. It's not just IQ. We have emotional quotient as well, emotional intellect, and that's equally important, if not more, and that's what you're missing out onto, pile two. That's what you need to really focus at. Okay, and the next card that we have is weaving flowers. So here we can see that there's a girl, okay, and she is like taking these petals and she's weaving them into flowers. What is it that boosts that creativity within you? What is it that you want to create? And I feel like with her eyes not visible, you need to look not just like physically, but internally. You need to look within yourself. You need to look into your own soul and realize what is it that makes you feel worthy. What is it that brings that sense of happiness apart from your work? Even if you guys are doing the work that you love doing, apart from that, what is it, how is it that you can really nourish your soul here? Because with the Yang and the Emperor energy, I'm definitely seeing a lot of, like, for some of you, you guys could be athletes, or I don't know, even like authoritarian at positions, or like managers and all those, like people who are on their toes constantly. And I feel like what you're missing is a hint of creative touch, a hint of feminine energy. That it's a little off balance here is what I'm seeing. And for a lot of you, you guys are driven by insecurities, or what do you call that, like self-doubt, or just feeling like if I'm not going to be able to deliver on time, like the outcome of your action is directly influencing your self-image, how you perceive yourself, and how the value that you put to your own self. And that's wrong. It's okay if you're not being able to deliver certain times. We're not machines, as I always said again and again, but you still need to be in more sync with your feminine energy here. Whatever this is that you're working on, finish it up, wrap it up, pile two, in the month of May. But in the month of June, I feel like you need to focus on rest and rejuvenation and tapping into that feminine energy. And this doesn't have to be that you are a man, or you can be a woman, anyone, whoever you resonate with, you identify as. But it's about being getting back in touch with that yin energy. That's a little off balance here, which is what I'm seeing. Okay, we'll get into your tarot cards straight up, and we'll see the final guidance and messages that we have for you. So, pile two, the card that we have for you is King of Crystals, courage and commitment. And exactly, that's the energy that I saw, right? Courage and commitment. I feel like you definitely have a lot of responsibilities, okay? And you have a lot of commitments to fulfill. You feel like you put others way above yourself. And that needs to change. It's great to put other people, in high regard, but I feel like one always needs to put themselves first to be even able to deliver and be of certain help to other people. With King of Crystals, I'm also seeing that you guys have worked so hard and you're at a very, very stable position in life. It's not like if you're not going to be working 12 hours or 14 hours a day, you're going to lose those things that you've earned, the value, the respect that you've earned. It's not going to go away, okay, if you're in that mindset. King of Crystals is someone who's very wise and mature, and they've gained experience and knowledge, and they are very, very secure about it. They're not, worried about that if they'll stop working, their value is going to go down, okay? So I feel like it takes a lot of courage as well, exactly, to really put yourself first as well, okay? Imagine if the King of Crystals or the King of Pentacles, if you know tarot that way, with the Rider-Waite-Smith energy here, Pentacles are crystals. If the King of Pentacles wasn't able to put himself or herself first, themselves first, and become the King of Crystals, it's only then they have decided to then help people and give that foundation to other people to be able to work along with them. We have the Wheel of Fortune, yes, and these are the things. I feel like you're just like holding on to things which are not in your control, and that's why just like working hard, constantly being on your toes, just prevents you from thinking about how things could change. I'm not sure if I'm making sense here, but with the Wheel of Fortune, this is about luck, and this is about like there are certain things which are never in our control, pile two, no matter how far we have reached, on what level in the hierarchy in business world or in the physical world, professional world we have reached. There are certain things which are not in our control, and it's best to understand that and accept that, okay? We'll be much more happier. What you need to focus on, and in your oracle cards as well, is that what makes you happy. You do that. What makes you happy? What brings you joy? The value and the success, all of that is going to follow. I feel like a lot of you are really attached to the concept of success, and I feel like for some of you, your concept of success could be very, very misinterpreted. Wow, okay. We have the Nine of Swords. there's a lot of internal stress, mental dilemma, constant nightmares, and just like being worried about what you've achieved, someone's gonna take away from you. Remember, pile 2, the wisdom, knowledge, value, everything that you've gained, it's not, nobody can take that away from you. And if it's about money or any materialistic things, if you've gained them once, you can gain them twice, thrice, no matter how many times, even better things ahead of time. Okay, we have the Sun card. You definitely need to look at the more positive side. We have a lot of yellows and oranges in your overall cards and energy. I feel like you need to, again, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. I feel like, again, that's the masculine energy there, and we have the feminine energy. You need to maintain that balance between the masculine and the feminine energy here. That's the most important advice or message that I'm seeing for you guys, pile 2, in the month of before you enter the month of June. And yes, you need to be secure. I feel like you need to trust yourself that you are not going to mess it up, and even if you do, you can again stand up and make things better. Wow, we have the Three of Swords. I feel like some part of you also needs healing, pile 2. Again, as I said, you guys are someone who just, even if you have like your heart ripped apart into pieces, instead of like mending it and putting it together, you're just like working with those broken pieces. And that's not how it works. That's not how it can actually sustain for a longer period of time. So with Three of Swords, I'm seeing healing that's needed. Other people's words affect you a lot, pile 2, as well. I feel like you seek validation from other people. Other people's words pinch you very easily. You take people's things at heart very easily. And I feel like a lot of you guys have this facade. Maybe you're at a certain position or something, at a level where you have to be that strong, because we also had the Emperor and Yang energy. But you're way too disconnected with your emotions and feelings. You've constantly been brushing them under the carpet, and now it's a huge mountain of those emotions which you have been suppressing for a very long period of time. And I feel like we need to deal with those things here. Okay, pile 2, I'm definitely seeing a lot of you, I mean, exactly, this is the general reading, but for some of you, you guys definitely could, go out and seek other people's help, like therapy or something. Okay, if you don't want to just directly get into like the basic therapy, there are so many other ways. We have art therapy and all the other music therapy, sound therapy, a lot of these different options. But you guys need healing. You guys need to reestablish that connect with your emotions, with your inner self, with your feminine side. That's what's missing. That's probably the biggest imbalance that I'm seeing here in your energy, pile 2. And again, this is a general reading, so take however it resonates with you guys. But for some of you, I'm seeing a really intense and strong energy, and it's time. It's time that you reestablish that balance between divine feminine, divine masculine. You've worked really hard, you've established yourself, and you're at a stable position, but now it's time to really focus on healing and seeing the brighter side of life. That's what I have for you, pile 2. Hope this resonates, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. If you chose the green card, okay, with the clear chords, this is going to be your message for the remaining month of May and how to prepare yourself before we begin or we enter the month of June. So we'll first take a look at the oracle cards. This is a tarot card that I pulled. We'll look at this at the very end when we get into tarot, but let's look at the energy. We have the Magician. Okay, so you guys are working on your manifestation. I'm seeing you in a good energy. I feel like this is a really good time if you have certain goals or certain things planned in the month of June, or you had certain goals which you're pushing forward in the month of June. I'm seeing that one of the biggest advice, or one of the biggest message that I'm getting, is that be fully aware of the resources that you have. Each and every resource counts, no matter how small or big it is, and can really help you with your manifestation. So be very aware of the things and resources that are there around you, which are available, that the universe is providing to you, which can really help you in your manifestation. I'm also seeing some of you visualizing, making vision boards in the month of, maybe you can work on them before the month of June begins. It can be of great help. It always helps with creating and working on your manifestations, because it's constantly in front of you, so it definitely helps. We have failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Okay, for some of you, I'm seeing that in the month of May, or even in the recent past, maybe you feel like your manifestations didn't work, and you could be getting into that energy of questioning the concept of manifestation, or being able to manifest something. Your belief system is probably shaken right now, or maybe you go through these phases where you're constantly reminded of your failures, and then you realize and you start questioning, am I even capable of manifesting my dreams and goals into my physical reality? And that's what we need to understand, that if a person never failed, they would never grow. And that's why failures are extremely essential and important aspects of our life. Our understanding of failures is very negative, and I feel like they don't even receive the due credit that they need to. Our failed attempts make us a different person and a better person, so that we never repeat those same mistakes. So the probability of achieving success increases after each and every failure. So that's the way we need to see this, and that's the way how you need to see your failures. Pile 3. We have Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So you could be, everyone's blessed. And again, with waves of inspiration and love coming towards you, those vision boards and all of those things are really going to help you. I'm also seeing, with experiencing grace, I feel like use again those resources, use those natural talents and natural gifts that you possess, and make them work in your favor. That's the energy I'm seeing. So I feel like in the month of May, before bringing in the month of June, sit down with your own self and analyze, maybe take a journal or whatever, and analyze what are your strengths, weaknesses, strengths and weaknesses. What are your gifts? What are you good at? And how can you use those natural gifts and talents to your benefit? Next, we have attachment. I feel like there's definitely something that you're holding on to, and what I'm seeing is majorly the failures, okay? And that's something that's really getting in your way, pile 3. So I feel like that's what needs to change. We have 2 cards. I feel like with failure and attachment, you have a lot of, again, negative understanding or perception of failures, and you're attached to that. You're not able to move out of it, and that's something that's getting in your way the most. Then we have, what do you need to release? Again, you need to get rid of this attachment here, pile 1. Okay, I'll put this here. We have 2 here for you. Wow. Okay, I'm not even kidding this. I did not make this up. I just shuffled the cards and I haven't even looked at these cards. And it's time to release negativity. We have full moon in Scorpio. So you guys, pile 3, what is it? This is like very like if this was my reading, I would be like, this has literally punched me in the face, okay? You need to release the negativity big time. And I feel like, especially when it comes to your own self, I feel like you tend to have a lot of negative thoughts about your own self, about your efforts, and that's why that's probably the lowest energy and lowest vibrations, and that's the reason you're really messing up with the manifestation energy, which is actually present around you. Okay, you're not being able to do justice to that because of all these negative attachments that you have with your past experiences. And that's why the card of understanding and analyzing your gifts and talents is important. That you are unique. You have certain gifts to share and offer to the world, and that's what you need to realize. We have come to the edge. This is again like, this gives me a very fool vibes, the fool card vibes, but this is like, you need to, again, it's high time that you move out of, like, take that leap of faith. Just like, trust yourself, just do it, whatever you feel like doing it for once. It's that leap of faith. It's like, you do not believe enough in your own self, and that's the problem. That's being like, in the middle of your way. We have the perfect key to this cage, to open up this cage of your problems or situations, is releasing negativity here for sure, changing your perception. And again, the perfect key is like, every lock has its own key. You are a unique key, and the locks represent your problems, and you have what it takes to open up that cage and free yourself from all those problems. So that's what I have here. Let's get into the tarot very quickly. So the tarot card that we pulled out for you is Seven of Acorns, determination and stamina. I feel like you're giving up here, pile 3. You are in the phase of giving up, and you need to work on, you need to question yourself. Why did I begin this in the first place? Why did I begin this in the first place? What was the reason for me to get into this in the first place? You need to motivate yourself again. There's nobody else who can do it, no matter how many motivational speakers or quotes you listen to or look at. It needs to come from within, and you need to work on that in the month of May before you bring in the month of June. We have death and rebirth. So there's definitely that change. Your soul is craving for this change. It's like, your soul is like, please, can you just like get out of this negative energy? Like, that's the only reason you're not able to manifest those goals and dreams in your life, and you're not understanding it, and it's like really pissing me off. That's like your soul speaking, okay? That's not me. But yes, you definitely, and it has to be very, very it needs to come from within. It's not going to happen magically. You need to gain that clarity. You need to get out of your head again. I said the same thing. With Page of Pentacles, start fresh. There's nothing wrong in starting fresh, no matter how many times. One should never be afraid of failures, because as I said, every failure is going to take you one step towards success. And that's why with Page of Pentacles, don't be afraid to start things from a fresh page. If as individuals, we have that endless number of canvases. If you've messed up one, we can always go to the next one. Next we have the Seven of Swords. So this is the same energy where there's something that does not serve you anymore, and we need to get out of that energy. And you know what it is. It's in your head. It's causing problems, and you're constantly in that energy of running away from situations, and that's what it's leading up to. That's where all that self-doubt and that all sort of confusion is stemming from. With the Seven of Swords, you need to definitely shift. There has to be a shift in perspective and mindset, and that needs to again come from within. Okay, we have the Five of Swords as well. Okay, this is interesting. Pile 1 had the same card. And again, I said the same message to you as well, which is like getting out of your own head, which is basically all these fears, and the concept of failure is also man-made. It's not a natural phenomena. that's been there in this world. It's something that we have created for our own self, and that's, you're caught up in your head. Overthinking is something that's definitely pulling you down. Not being able to trust yourself and taking that fresh start, that leap of faith, coming towards the edge. That's what it is. Like, I feel like you guys definitely need to start taking action. Just like try whatever it is that you want to do without thinking very rationally or practically. Just do certain things and you will find that path. Because right now what I'm seeing is that you guys are just like sitting, doing nothing, and just like creating unreal scenarios in your head, which is not helping in any shape or form. So that's, you need to, yeah, we need to definitely see some changes from your mental perspective. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So this is about, again, finding something that brings that sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. We have Three of Swords at the bottom. We can never stop striving for success just because we have failed once or twice. That's the whole essence of moving forward. And with the Queen of Wands, it's like there's so much more than we can do. There's so much more potential than we really see in our own self, that a single failure, it really stops us from taking that next leap of faith, of starting something new. If you feel like, you know, this is not something that I want to do anymore, it's absolutely okay, and you can you can do that fresh start, which I'm also seeing here with the Death card. It's absolutely okay to start fresh. It's absolutely okay to, you know, just try things out first. You don't have to commit to them in the very beginning. So yeah, you have a lot to think and contemplate about, pile 3, before the month of June begins. And then you can check out my June predictions and energy readings, which I'll post as soon as possible, maybe by the end of next week, definitely before the month of June begins. So that's what I have for you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.